right. So welcome everybody. This is Andrew David. This is Blake Newbar's High Performance Call, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern time. Typically, they're up on YouTube within about 8 hours. Yesterday took a little bit of time because my guy experienced a power outage, but he's back and back on track, and I think it got up there. And it will be up. Today's will be up a little bit later on. I just wanted to talk real quick about being decisive. There's a handful of things that you need in order to start making decisions quicker. And that's one of the biggest obstacles that you have as entrepreneurs. And it's one of the things that if you are going to achieve a certain level of success, being able to make decisions is important. So how many of you guys have ever experienced, or maybe experiencing lately, a little bit of time where you feel indecisive, where you're struggling to make decisions on things, right? Okay, so one of the big things I talk about all of the time, and it starts with a C. What's one of the most important things I say you need when it comes to your business?
Clarity.
Clarity. Byron, thank you, my man. Paying attention. Appreciate that. Clarity, boys and girls. Now, I talked about this the other day. Clarity for some, and I kind of found this with me. It's hard for me to be 100% clear all the time, but that's okay. I need to be mostly clear. I need to know if something is close to or going to help me maintain my pathway towards my goal or get me closer, maybe in an unexpected way, and then make a decision based on that. So I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can do, right? A couple of thoughts to have. And it's not the easiest process to go through, especially if you've gone through life without doing that. There are elements in our brain, and Michael may know exactly what it is. You know, you got your prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus and the way that it communicates back and forth. And they say that part of that may help you make decisions better, but they can't figure out how to increase the way that those two elements mediate. There's another place where it is, let's see, your limbic system, which is responsible for processing emotions and behavior, plays a huge role when you go into making a decision. Because if you're scared in any way, if there's any kind of fear, then your limbic system does what it can to protect you, right? It says, no, don't do that. It's scary. Go hide in the closet, right? And we do that metaphorically with our lives. Oftentimes we go and we hide in the closet. I don't want to make this decision. I'm just not sure. I want to give it a few days. Well, right? And we turtle up. And you got to quit doing that. Sugar causes them to disconnect, lose mature rational reason. Yeah, sugar does all sorts of crazy stuff. So finding a way to become more decisive is not just, I'm going to become more decisive. Like, wouldn't it be great? You know, think about it. Hey, stop stressing out. You know what? That's a good idea. You need to become more decisive. Man, thank you. It's over now. All of my cares and concerns. I'm good to go. Now, a couple of things, and this is going to take practice. So one thing that will help is building confidence. Now, I've talked about the process, the overall process, building confidence, clarity, commit, courage, capability, confidence, right? So bigger things in our life, that's part of it. One thing that will help you build confidence, a very simple thing, and I've talked about the difference in big goals and dreams and tasks, okay? What I'm doing at the beginning of these calls, sharing your wins, right? Sharing accomplishments. Find different things during every single day that you can win. Little tasks that you can mark off that you did. The more that you're able to do those small and simple things daily, consistently, you start to gain the feeling of, I am someone that can get something done. I am someone that can accomplish a task. I can do this, right? And when you break down those big tasks, your big dreams into smaller components, and then you get those small components done. And Tom's talking about a life coach. The person that emailed me was talking about a mentor. I've got a mentor. I've also got an accountability coach. I feel like those two are a little bit different. We're not an accountability coach, but accountability partners, because, you know, with my mentor or the coach that I'm paying a little bit more, I want a little bit more direction. Yes, I want a little bit of push, but that accountability partner where, you know, this morning, these are the key elements that I've got for the next 30 days. This is what I accomplished yesterday. Excuse me. Here you go. He did the same thing to me. We're staying accountable, right? Keeping that moving. But I even just seeing those little things, I went, hey, I did do it, right? I did accomplish something yesterday. I'm progressing. I'm moving forward. It's rarely the huge items they're going to continue to propel you down the tracks, right? It's the little things that keep the wheels moving. Does that make sense, everybody? So one thing to become more decisive is to build your confidence. In order to build your confidence, decide on a bunch of little tasks, little goals each and every day that you can accomplish. And then at the end of the day, either write down those accomplishments, send it to some accountability partner, or take a moment to recognize what you did. Not all the stuff that's piling up that didn't get done, but recognize what you did do that's within your power, right? And I know each of you has done a number of those things. You do consistently. Even the smallest steps take you over the mountain. Absolutely. You just have to keep moving, right? It's James Lawrence. I've talked about this, the Iron Cowboy. He's in the middle of his 100 in 100, right? He's doing 100 full distance triathlons. They can't legally call them for copywriting Ironman, but he's doing the swim, the bike, the run. He's doing them from home. He's doing them every single day. But he had, right at the very beginning, problems with his shins, problem with his toes. He was injured. He rolled an ankle, all of these crazy things, and he kept going. And he's on, I want to say day 53, new world record, 53 full distance triathlons in 53 days. So if you're sitting on your couch going, should I do my 20-minute workout today? Yes. Man up, Ernie. No, I'm kidding. I know you do your stuff. But get your stuff done, right? But he's gotten stronger as he's gone on. Now he's got support. He's got an amazing team. And that's one of those elements that we'll talk about. But it's it's the one step at a time. Those days where he was finishing up that last marathon after midnight, because he's barely walking a little bit until his body got reconditioned that allowed himself to be able to do that, right? You got to take the small steps, and especially the ones where you go, can I do this? I promise you, you are emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually capable of anywhere between 20 to 40% more than you think you are. You can push yourself through. That's why those trainers always say one more rep, one more rep, one more rep. And you're like, you said that 3 times. I don't care. Keep going. You've got it in you. Because odds are you're not pushing yourself enough. Sometimes we talk, so, all right, now we've got our small wins, being more decisive. Next, make a decision, right? Do your quick analysis. Go, here's what's the best thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen? Am I okay with either of those outcomes? Best and worst scenario, right? So it's a quick way to do it. Best case, worst case. Best case, this happens. Worst case, I lose out on, I miss this time, whatever. Best case, worst case. Am I okay with both scenarios? Then move forward. Quit waiting around. Deciding on your niche. Look, your first niche, yes, it's important, but guys, it's not the end all be all, because we're going to build it up. You want to get past that. Like, we'll make your money there, get into a second and a third. Understand that somewhere in the next 5 years, there'll be a number of you that are still doing successfully digital marketing. Hopefully all of you are. But if you go the right path, who the hell knows where you're going to be in 5 years? I promise you, when I started this, I didn't think I would be doing this stuff, right? I wasn't working those 4 jobs, deciding to start selling somebody else's stuff. Like, I'm going to sell Disney stuff online. And I'm like, in 5 years, I think every single day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk to people about personal development. And that's going to be great. I'm going to develop this course, and I'm going to be, I'm going to have people call me and consult on this and that, and running a part-time digital marketing agency for addiction recovery centers. And like, what? But here we are, because what I wanted was something that allowed me to continue to develop myself, that would provide funds to take care of my family, that would let me start to travel and give me something that allowed me to do that. And so here we are. You guys may have a 5-year plan. Nature, God, the universe, however you want to look at it, they got a different one for you. You just got to do the best, that you can do each and every day, and you'll get there. Okay. So daily tasks to increase your confidence. Decide best case, worst case scenario, take some action there, right? That's one of the biggest things that you can do to do that. And then kind of what I was just talking about with your 5-year goals, except that the future is unknown. You may have some ideas on your travel plans, for where you want to be, but you've got to be willing to adapt and adjust and grow along with it, because there's going to be changes. Okay. There is. And some people are unwilling to accept that. And if you think that I'm only going to make a decision when I know the outcome, then you're going to struggle. Okay. And the last thing, quit. Yeah. The only constant is change. Quit trying to be perfect. Quit trying to make the perfect decision. Right. There's no such thing as perfection, especially when it comes to running a business and getting into marketing. Right. Some of you guys are waiting on those first few points of content or an ad or whatever. Look, content is all about testing the waters and being, putting out over and over and over and over and over again. What you need to do is become someone that takes action decisively, consistently, and constantly, right? What's the law of physics? Is it physics? Newton's law of momentum, an object in motion will stay in motion.
Yep.
Just start taking action, boys and girls. Just get yourselves moving.
Andrew,
So,
can I ask you a question?
yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, like just you talked about putting all the content out there, or the line or the hook, or what people can bite out there. How long or how much should be waiting to see if it's particular content you put out and are you getting result or not? How long?
It depends on a number of factors. Where are you posting?
Okay.
How often are you posting? What are the groups and everything else that you're in? The ones that you should be in, are they responding at all? If they're not responding at all, then you're asking. If you're in a group of your audience, right? Like I'm in a Facebook group and there's 5,000 of my audience there. Like these are the business owners that I want, and I'm posting and no one pays attention, then it's me. Then I need to figure out other content. Then it's not visually appealing enough. The headline sucks. The video isn't capturing someone's attention the first 2 to 3 seconds, or I'm not asking the right question, right? You're making it about you, right? Or you're not listening to them and then posting accordingly. And too often we make our decisions kind of in that same way. Like we're doing what we think is enough without, like, pay attention to the world, but make your decisions and move forward, like, and keep going. So specific content questions, Paul, shoot me a couple of examples. Always open for those. We'll get into some more content soon. Guys, May the 4th is going to be, my buddy's going to be on here talking about copywriting. I'm telling you now because you want to be on that call. Okay. You want to give some examples, right? Email me ahead of time, give them to me ahead of time. But this is a guy who's written funnels that have generated over the years over $100 million. Like he knows what he's doing, and he's awesome. I'm super excited to be able to get him on here with you guys. But sit down today and think about some things that you haven't been decisive on and what you can do to change that pathway.
Thank you.
Look at what you can do to be a better version of yourself. Look at what you can do to be the best version that you're capable of being today, and then find a way tomorrow to make it a little bit better. Celebrate your wins later on, right? All of you got them. If you got some cool win that you want to share with me personally, you got something you want to do, shoot me an email, Andrew@BlakeNewbar. I will be back on Monday. I am going to email again. I'm going to send you guys the link for a review. If you feel like you've gotten benefits from these calls or the strategy sessions, I ask you, please just take 30 seconds
slides
to leave a little video. Say again, Paul?
Slides, please.
Yes. Yep. Couldn't get it out because, like I was just saying, with the power outage, it wasn't just my guy doing it. Was everybody had some issues with it. So on that note, everybody, love you guys much. Go out, have an awesome day. Rise up from the ashes as always. Fly like the phoenixes that you are. Go kick some tail. Talk to you soon.